This is a prototype XBRL Taxonomy Creator that I put together to help explain some things to some developers. So here, it has all the things you'd expect from a taxonomy creation tool. So here you have the report elements that you can add. The important thing to see here is that every element has been put into a category. Hypercube, dimension, member, line items, concept, or abstract. There's one more type, which is network. And the networks you can use are statement, disclosure, document, and schedule. These are the SEC sort categories. So the way this works is you go in here to the relations, and there's one set of relations. I have other sets of relations. I'll stick with this one balance sheet. So each of these concepts, each of these report elements, not all concepts, is related to other report elements in specific ways. I can test those relationships by pressing this validate button. And that tests and it proves that all the relationships are as I would expect. So the way this works, you can see it when I actually create a taxonomy. I'm going to use this testing mode. So here, I'm going to just pick a random element and try and add it. And the application does not let me do that because I'm trying to add a concept to a network. And that's not an expected relationship. So I'm using very strict relationships here. And I can change these rules however I want. But let's actually build a taxonomy and see how this works. So you can add a table to a network. And then obviously a table has axes and a table has line items. An axes has members. When I try to add a concept, it won't let me do it. But if I want to add to the line items, I want to add an assets roll up. I'm just going to do a unclassified balance sheet and a liabilities and equity roll up. In the assets roll up, I want to add assets, which are cash, cash equivalents, receivables, inventory, property, plant, and equipment, and then total assets. For liabilities and equity, I want to add two roll-ups, one for liabilities and one for equity. In liabilities, I want to add accounts payable, long-term debt, and total liabilities under equity, preferred stock, common stock, retained earnings, and total equity. And I also want to add the total for liabilities and equity. I have a way to filter this list. So there's the concept that I want. I want to add that there. And I validate this, and all the relationships are as expected. If I try and add more things, I can't add that. It's very selective about what you can create, and that is valuable because what it means is that you can focus on the logic of the financial report, not the syntax of XBRL. And then creating a taxonomy is simple as pressing a button, and you have a new XBRL taxonomy.